Good afternoon, or should I say evening because it's 5 o'clock. And welcome to another episode of My Fiber Fun. You guys, I am so sorry for not coming on yesterday because usually I film on Wednesdays. Actually, I decided to go fishing on yesterday, and my plan was to be back home by like 5 o'clock, and I was going to film the episode. And I'm not going to lie to you. First of all, I didn't get home till 7. Caught no fish. I got skunked. But I didn't get home till 7, and I totally forgot. I forgot. By the time I thought about it, it was after 10 o'clock. I was like, oh no, I'm not filming tonight. I can wait till tomorrow. So I hope you guys wasn't worried thinking that maybe something had happened or whatever. No, it's just that I forgot and it was too late. And I ended up going to bed earlier than I normally do. And I slept for over 9 hours last night. I did really well. So I needed that rest. I'm just catching up on rest and whatnot. I've been doing the house cleaning too. So all that's left now is my bedroom. I'm going to get out my blankets, get those washed up, my winter blankets. I'm going to get my flannel sheets out. Although I wash those at the end of the season, I'm going to freshen them up. And if it's nice enough outside, I may dry them on the clothesline. So just to give them that, I can smell summer one more time before the winter hits. I might do that. And then of course, I've already mopped my room. I mopped the whole house the other day. So that was the big chore that I had. Now I need to dust everything, and that will be next week. Saturday will be just me concentrating on my bedroom and that back seed room, because the smell of garden is still back there, probably because I still have the mint plants and that pepper plant, but I can still clean it up, get it vacuumed. I've already mopped it, get things done in there, and, winterize it. So, and then I'm putting my magnets. Remember those magnets that I ordered? I didn't know that my back door is steel because it was already white and I painted over it. I wasn't paying attention. It's magnetic. So that's where I'm going to put the hippie magnet. Oh, excuse me. The hippie magnets and all that. I'm going to decorate that door with that stuff. So you'll see that in an upcoming video after I'm done. I want to finish the room first. I just have things to put away in there. I need to spruce it up, get the tables, wash the table rather, wash down and clean, get all that mess off the bed that I have, and then get that garden stuff. I have plenty of room in the closet to get that stuff put away because I won't be using anything until February when I do my seed starting. Then I will pull the seed starting trays out, the seed starting mix that I have to buy, and then all the other stuff, seeds and whatnot, that stuff is stored under the table, but I even need to get that organized and straightened out because y'all know I bought those seed storage bins at the liquidation store. Well, actually at Joann's the day before they turned into the liquidation store. So those are Joann artifacts. So anyway, I'm going to get those seeds over the winter, get those organized inside of those tubs that I bought that are perfect for holding seeds. And I will be accumulating more as time goes on because this is the year. I get free seeds anyway, but for the seeds that my free seed people don't have or whatever, I will be ordering this year. It's time for me to order seeds. So throughout the winter, I'll be ordering anything that I feel that I would like to plant. Although I'm downscaling the garden this year, or next year rather, I still want to have the seeds. In case I ever upscale again, I need to have my seeds ready and to get them while I can, especially when they have seed sales. Okay, let's see, what else? What's the other preliminary? Oh, we're going fishing next week. JD and I, we discussed it on yesterday, so we're going to take a final trip to the island. I don't think you guys have seen the island. That's in Algonac, Michigan. It's about 50 miles away, and we take the ferry across the lake to get to the island. It's an actual island. Think of Gilligan's Island, okay? It's an island, and it's called Harson's Island. Well, they have big waters, which is Lake St. Clair, huge water. So I will show you all that when we're going across on the ferry. there's a lighthouse right before you get to the island. That's the famous landmark, as we call it. We love that lighthouse. We always look for it because we know we're almost there when we see it, okay? But it's a nice lighthouse. We said that one day we're going to tour it because they fixed it up a couple of years ago, and now they offer tours of the lighthouse. So we said one day we're going to go there just to tour it, to see the inside of it and whatnot. And, you know, the ferry ride, you'll see that. And then once we get to the island, and so you have your big waters, which is Lake St. Clair. But then once you get on the island, all over this island, they have, well, homes, of course. The stinking rich live there. You have homes, homestead, animals, all kind of stuff, shops. And that's on, we fish in the South Channel, but the North Channel, that's what it's called, of the island. That's where you have, you know, your shops. They have restaurants. It's like being in an old West town. And we have driven over there before. And there's fishing over there. But we prefer to fish in the South Channel because it's closer to the ferry. You don't stand a chance of getting lost. And it's just easier. And it's a lot of fish there. So you have all these little streams on the side of the road. And then they have little areas too where you can, it's not bigger water, but lakes. They're bigger lakes that you can fish at as well. We fished at both. JD prefers to fish the canals, and that's okay. The canal is okay. You do catch your bigger fish in the canal and a better variety. But I kind of like fishing the river portion of it because it allows you to throw in a bigger area. But if you can find them in the canal, which we always do, believe me, we catch the monsters, foot size, okay? So that's where we'll be fishing. And we're only doing one trip this year. Usually we do 2 trips in October, and then we do our final fishing finale in November, usually early to mid-November, around the 12th, right before we get the first snow and the canals freeze over. But this year we are not doing it. We're just going one time. That will be next week, and that's going to be our fishing finale for this year because we both are stocked up. We have our winter stock of fish, and we got those stocks elsewhere. My friend Robert brought me 2 big bags of, he brought me 6 big giant crappie, and after I got through with those monsters, I had 2 big bags of crappie. Then I have 5 bags of bluegills, actually 4. Because the one that I have that I just did came from Dodge Park, which are the smaller ones, the park I was at. But I have 3 bags of the Harrison Island bluegills, which are your foot size. They're all big. And so one more just for good measure and to feel the drug of the tug, or wait, what did JD say? The drug is the tug, or whatever. So we want to feel that one more time before the end of the season. He may or may not ice fish this year. JD is very persnickety. He will not get on that ice unless it has to be below 0 for a darn near a month straight before he'll get on it. He'll watch the weather from December all the way until late January. And if the weather it suffices for him, then he will go out and ice fish and catch them too. But if not, if there's any warmth or a lot of sun, he won't do it because he's seen too many people fall through that ice, and he doesn't want to be one of them. So he's still kind of afraid of that, but he will do it. Yep. But anyway, so me, oh no, I've gone out there and watched. But I'll sit right in the car where I can stay warm, and I watch all the ice fishermen as they're fishing because they're all over the place. And you see no end in sight from beginning to end in the wintertime because when the lakes freeze over, there's snow there. So it's like you're on solid ground. So I could easily probably walk out there, but just knowing I'm on that darn lake and the ice and my big butt, no. I'll be just the one who the whole lake will be frozen 25 inches deep. And I will step on that one spot that has melted, okay? And next thing you know, let me stop being silly. Okay, so anyway, let me get off of that. Let's get on to why I'm here. Okay, first of all, I have not Velcroed the bibs yet. I just haven't because I was busy with and no, I haven't been in the metaverse. I do it once a day. I'm staying disciplined with that. Ooh, y'all, And you can find this video on YouTube. I found out, because I'm still researching and things are coming up in my algorithm too. So if it's something of interest, I will click on it and watch the video. Well, this video came up where this lady was like, don't spend all your money in the metaverse. She said, if you're on YouTube and you see a video and you see the numbers 360 beside it, that means that it was filmed and in 3D with the 3D camera. So people, anybody could buy a 3D camera, film, and then when they upload the video, if it's done in a 3D camera, then it can be viewed in the metaverse. All you do is pull up the YouTube app, which is free on the VR headset, and then you just pull up YouTube, and then I type in 360 videos, and if I see something that interests me, and when I say it's thousands, just everyday people who have filmed. It was this one where these people back a couple of years ago, they filmed the San Antonio Riverwalk. I don't know if anybody's ever been to the San Antonio, Texas Riverwalk. And it was a boat tour. They give boat tours. So they filmed the boat tour while they were on it. And so the other day I decided, I was like, this seems interesting. So I clicked on it. When I say it was the most enjoyable experience, it had me right in between the people as if I was on the tour. And also I could feel, it's like when the boat, curved around, or, you know how if you've been on a boat, especially one of those big pontoon type boats, you know how it feels when you're on the water. I could feel every bump. I could feel every turn. How they do this stuff, I don't know. I guess it's the 3D tricking my brain to make me actually think that I'm on a boat, so I'm going to feel everything. It was so weird, but I loved it. I didn't get seasick or anything like that. Now, it did catch me off guard because the tour guide was showing this landmark that was there. And so she turned the boat, and she caught me off guard because I didn't know she was going to do it. And so when she did it, it turned, and I was like, whoa. So I just closed my eyes for a second, and then I got adjusted to it. So that could have got me, but it didn't, because, I was able to close my eyes real quick. And then when she finished with the landmark, I knew she was getting ready to turn the boat back around into the direction that we were going. And so I just kept my eyes open, and she turned it. But because I knew to expect it, I was fine. Okay, so in the meantime, then with all the cleaning I've been doing and stuff, I just haven't gotten around to putting the Velcro on the back of the bibs. And I need to do that because I need to get into the mail no later than next Monday. Okay, because that Christmas rush is going to be starting soon. And although our mail, our post office is usually empty and is only a few minutes away, it will have more customers during the Christmas season, and some people are going to get started early. Okay, I think I'm on row 11. Oh, and Debbie, I said I was going to use the Happy Face stitch marker. I found the cue. It was in when you mentioned that you had written the number of whatever was in the little packages. That's how I found the cue. It was in the one with the 2 Happy Face stitch markers. So I put the cue on there. So here it is. I'm using it. But anyway, I am on row 11 of this, and I like how it's turning out thus far. So here I am still working on it, and I haven't worked on it in 2 days. I haven't touched it because of the fishing, the cleaning. I said I'm trying to get done everything that I need to get done, and then I will start my leisure activities back up again, the crocheting and the metaverse. But yes, y'all, I love that San Antonio River. So you can watch it on YouTube. You just can't watch it in 3D unless you have the headset. But even just watching it, because I watched it first before I put on the headset, because I wanted to see, how it would go and everything. And I thought it was beautiful watching it. And so I was like, ooh, I wonder how this is going to look in the metaverse. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh, in fact, I've gone on it twice. Okay. I did it again that next day. And so since then, I really haven't been on. I actually went on last night briefly because I wanted to travel to Waikiki, Hawaii. And so I got there And somehow or another, I messed up with my settings because it told me I had to have my avatar, and I don't know what happened because I have an avatar. And so I had to go to settings, got my avatar together, and when I got back to Waikiki, I couldn't get back to Waikiki. I was in Honolulu. And then every time I tried to click to Waikiki, I couldn't get it figured out. So I was like, let me just shut this down. Plus I was sleepy. So I shut it down. And so I'll probably, the next time I go into the metaverse, I will visit Waikiki. At that point, Honolulu was pretty. Then I pulled up beach on there. Next thing I don't know, I knew I was in the middle of the sand. It didn't look like beaches I've been to. It was too much sand there. I was like, whoa. Okay, I didn't like the beach. Okay. Now, what else? Okay, so that's it as far as the projects are concerned. Oh, remember I was telling y'all about the shawl? First, it was a blanket, and then I turned it into a shawl with that Red Heart Hygge yarn from a few years ago. Well, I got it washed and dried, and this thing could still serve as a blanket. I made it so wide, and now I can't take it down because it has felted. I've washed it like twice, and so it felted when I washed it the first time because it was a fuzzy yarn, so there's no way I can frog it. And so I'm stuck with this big giant. Now this is a shawl, but it looks like a blanket, doesn't it? And so, did I? Yeah, I did switch it from a blanket. Because I'm sitting up here wondering, okay, did I switch it from a blanket? Yes, I did. But it's still like a blanket. It's big, it's heavy. And so how I've worn it, this is how I do. I just double it like this. I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to put it on because it's cold anyway. And then I made it extra long so it could serve for either or, a shawl or a blanket. Okay, so I just put it on like this. So it's doubled. And then if I want to use it as a blanket, I can. And I don't think they sell this yarn anymore. Yep. But anyway, yeah, it's super thick. This is thicker than that other one, you know, that green one that I have. And it's nice and warm because you guys, I have a heated throw. I also have the heated, it's called a heated, they don't call it a shawl. I forgot, a heated jacket or something. But anyway, it's by Sunbeam, and you can use it. What you do is you put your arms in the sleeve and you turn it on, and it keeps you warm. It's like a heated, I call it the heated shawl, but it's a different name to it. I forgot. I did a review of it last winter. I love that thing. I would have my heated throw over me, and then I would have that heated jacket on me. It saved on my electric bill, and it kept me warm all winter. And then I bought a heated blanket on top of that. Well, MS and heat does not get along. And because I'm going through this flare, I guess the voice of God told me, don't do it, because I brought that heated jacket out. I brought it out. I was like, I know not to use the heated throw over my legs. Definitely don't want to do that. And then I brought the heated jacket out, and I thought, I can use that because it'll just be wrapped around me. But then I thought, because I have the spinal plaques, it can activate that. So I said, I better leave that heated stuff alone, although I'm going to miss it because it was perfect last year. But with this thicker stuff, I can still manage to stay warm. So in fact, this right now, it is so snuggly. It feels really good. And so although I wish I had left, made it smaller or more narrow or whatever, I think I wanted to continue to just use all the yarn since they didn't sell it anymore. And because I had bought, I forget how many skeins it took, because those came in big balls. Anyway, I might have bought 8 because it was on sale. I know that. But anyway, so now that, I have it on and it feels so good, it's nice and soft and it's fuzzy, it's snuggly, I can deal with it being doubled. It's just that I have to fold this heavy thing to get it right, but it actually feels pretty good on me. I like it. Yeah. So here it is, you guys. Okay. The other thing, tomorrow I will be going to the lobby, the lobster, as I call it, Hobby Lobby. You know what? I'm sorry, but I have searched. We have a Michael's in right 5 minutes from me or less. We have that one. That's Lake Orion Michael's. Then we have a Michael in Southfield, which is about 10 minutes away, straight up Telegraph Street. And that's right before you go into Detroit. We have a Michael's in Troy, Michigan, which is about a good 10 minutes away if I take the highway, I-75. We have a Michael's in Rochester Hills. You've heard me speak of that. So we have 4 different Michael's. Not one of them have the color yarns that I want. My little great nephew, Nugget, just graduated from the baby bed to a toddler bed, and he loves his little bed. And you know what? I had never heard him really talk. He's speaking now. He's talking now. Last time I saw him, which was back in the spring, I said, say hello. I said, they call me Bebe. That's my nickname. I said, I'm your Aunt Bebe. I said, hi. And so he waited a full 10 minutes. He never uttered a word or anything. All of a sudden, 10 minutes later, he walks up to me and he goes, hi, Aunt Bebe. I'm like, oh my goodness, he said Bebe. Ah. I was so happy. That's the first time I actually heard him speak, but he wasn't really talking, but now he's talking. Woo! His mother took him to the room and she filmed it to show him his new toddler bed, his big boy bed, as she called it. He looked, he's like, this is so cool. I love it. I thought that was so cute how he was talking. And he just kept saying, this is so cute, cool. Then he went to get in it. Then he stopped. He looked at his mother like, ooh, this is just too sacred to step into. She was like, you can get in it. Go on, get in it. Try it out. He climbed into the bed. He was like, this is so cool. He just kept saying, this is so cool. And so I told my niece, I was like, well, he's graduated to the big boy bed. It looks like he needs to graduate to a big boy Afghan. Because y'all know I was going to make him another hat and scarf set with in the lion's color. And I was like, well, now that he has an actual bed, he needs an Afghan for the bed. And you know, the other one is colorful, just like that hat and scarf set I just made. So I said, but I was like, I need to check and find the lion's color, which is blue, silver, white, and now they've changed their uniforms this year to they have it like trimmed in black in some areas. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to go with the traditional colors that they've been using for decades, or do I want to go with the new colors? So I will ask my niece that, because she was so happy when I said I was going to make him a lion's blanket. So now I've got to produce, okay? I'm thinking, okay, even if it's loops and threads, I can go to Michael's and just get the yarn. No can do. None of them had blue. None of them. It was one that had blue, but that was the Michael's in Shelby Township, and that's a little bit too far to be going, okay? So I'm not doing it. I'm going to go to the Hobby Lobby, which is it's 1 block beyond where the liquidation store was in White Lake, and that was close. That was a 10-minute drive, if that. So it took me about 8 to 9 minutes to get there, depending on the lights. And if I go early enough, there's no traffic on that busy street, which is called M59. So, and it's on the left side of the road instead of the right side. So I planned, in fact, I was going to go today, but then 4 o'clock caught me because I had made some other stops before then. And I knew that the traffic was going to be a nightmare. So I was like, I'll wait till tomorrow. But I checked all the Michaels online. One of them had blue, the Shelby Township one, and I'm not willing to go there. And I think they only had one skein of it, and it'll probably sell out. It's probably already sold out now since they were the only ones with it. And I need that darker blue for the Lions, or, well, it's a mid blue, like more like a cornflower type color for their uniform. I can't just go with any blue. So they didn't have it. They did not have the silver, because not just gray, you need silver, more of a silvery color. They didn't have that. I didn't even see white and black, to tell you the truth, but I didn't check either. And so I checked all the yarns, nothing for Michael. So I'm sorry, it's just not working for us unless, you know, they do something better But our little Michaels, they have not improved. I thought that they were really getting ready to do something when all those boxes were there. Remember, they were clearing all that stuff out this summer? I think they cleared it for loops and threads, and they still don't have that. And so everybody's complaining, you know. And so I told my niece, I was like, it's going to be tough. I said, but I plan to find the right yarn and make him a Detroit Lions little Afghan for his bed. So I mean that. If I have to order it, I'm trying not to order because you know shipping costs. I just don't like the fact that I have to order the yarn unless I'm getting a deal or a sale, and then you have to turn around. I know it costs to ship, but you have to turn around and pay all that extra for that when we should have a yarn store that we can go to and find what we want and pay for it right then and there and have it right then and there. I just don't like the concept of doing the online stuff unless it's from Little Knits, okay? Where you can get free shipping if you spend a certain amount. And when they have sales, you know, that type of thing. And I know all of them have sales, and all of them sometimes offer free shipping, but sometimes you just need to get something right then and there and don't want to wait for all that, or you're not ready when it does happen, that type of thing. I'm just sick of it. So I looked on Amazon. I didn't see anything on Amazon. And I looked at the Hershner site because when I pulled up Team Spirit, I thought, and Hershner's had Team Spirit yarn, but it was for college teams, schools, that type of thing. Nothing for your major league sports teams. So I've got to come up with my own. So when I pulled up Hobby Lobby, I saw silver and I also saw blue. I can get white and black anywhere. And I'm probably just going to go with the white. I'm going to probably stick with the traditional Lions colors. I don't know. I'll probably ask my niece, would you prefer that I run the new colors? Because I can always just border it in black. And so that will represent the new colors. And then the rest of it can be in the blue, silver, and white. So we'll see. So yeah, I want to get started on that blanket right away. So it's going to be a while before I get to my little shawl. No telling when I'm going to make that, because I want to have this blanket done by Christmas. I was going to do the hat and scarf, but I can whip off that blanket in a couple of days. I'm going to just do a granny stitch. More than likely, I'm not doing anything fancy. I can do the granny stitch with those colors, and that will be just fine. Little Nugget won't know the difference. Or I can do something else, because this other one wasn't in the granny stitch. I forget which stitch I used for his first blanket. And it was a toddler blanket, and he uses it, you know, for daycare and things like that, or around the house. You know, he likes his little blanket. I noticed my niece uses it more than him. But anyway, whatever. But anyway, I will, you know, since this will be for his bed, I think it will be cute. It'll give it an old school feel. Plus, you know, granny stitch is timeless. And I'm quite sure not only will Little Nugget appreciate it, but my niece will too. Okay, so that's what's going on with the yarn. So let's see, what else did I have to talk about? It seems like I'm forgetting something. I'm quite sure I am. So when I end this video, I'm going to put it on pause just in case it comes back to me. Yep, I talked about the VR, what's going on with that, the trip to Hawaii and all that. I talked about that. Talked about this. Let's see, talked about Little Nugget and his thing. Talked about the project I'm working on. It's something else. I talked about the cleanup and all that stuff, the fishing. I'm forgetting something, y'all. I know I am forgetting something. Can't think of it. Okay, well anyway, so I'm going to end it here. Let's see how long we've been on. Haven't had to use the Magoos yet, but here we go. 29 minutes. That's pretty good. I kept it. Wait a minute. I'm keeping it under 30 for a change. Keeping it under 30. All right, you guys. So I will see you guys on Sunday. Hopefully, I will have gotten the Velcro onto the bibs, and hopefully I will have gotten further because like I said, it won't be until Saturday when I start finish the rest of the cleaning. The bathroom came out nice. In fact, hold on. I'm going to show y'all the bathroom because I put those remember those clown pictures that I bought you guys? I put those in the bathroom because they match the shower curtains. So I'll let you see it. Be right back. Okay, y'all, welcome to the bathroom. And excuse it. Wait a minute. Excuse it because it's not the best, but it's better. Okay? We'll put it that way. Okay, so what I did was I scrubbed everything down, the shower, all that, got everything washed. I put up my older shower curtains that I love. I bought these at JCPenney's probably about 25 years ago. So I put those back up because I have missed them. I have missed them wholeheartedly. So everything is all set. I cleaned the window seal and all that. So it's ready. Okay. Then I put down the new rugs. I put one there and then one right here. And then I got all the mess I had on the sink, although I have a lot of mess here now. Now, you can see, I like frogs too. Here's a frog. That's a frog picture. Then I have this frog. That was actually my mother's. And so I put it in here since it was a frog. And then I have a frog soap dish right here. I put my cue here that I just got in the gift. I said this would be perfect in this spot right here. So I stuck the cue right there. And then the Be Happy one I put right there on the back door. And we're not going in there because I could show y'all the magnets, but I'm not. I haven't hung them yet, but I got one up there. And then here are the clown pictures. I think they go well with the shower curtains, and I kind of like how they look here in the bathroom. Yes, the pictures are crooked, so I got to get that straightened out. One is slightly higher than the other. But, yep, I put those clown pictures in here, and they're protected because of the glass, so I haven't had any problems. Alrighty, you guys, so let me put you back on pause so we can go back to the living room. I'm here. I will give you a glimpse of the back room. See what I gotta do? See what I gotta just put all this stuff away. Our leaves are falling. You can look out the back door and see leaves everywhere, so I need to get those blown. So get this table cleaned off. It's not really that much. Get those summer things put. I would put them in the shed, but I'm scared to walk over there because of the groundhog. So I'll probably leave them in the corner over there by the chair, or I'll put them behind the door or something like that. But yeah, I've got all this stuff to get clear. Got to get the sheets and blankets off of this bed and get them washed. Get those blankets over there put away and all that stuff. So it won't be that much to do back here, but I figure a good hour or two, I should be able to get this done. Alrighty. Okay, so let's wrap this up. So that's what I've been up to, you guys, in my Fiber Fun Land. No, I haven't been in the metaverse that much, but I might take a little trip later this evening if I'm not sleepy. I know I slept 9 hours last night, but hey, if I get sleepy early tonight, then hey, I'll go to bed early again. So this will be waiting for me this winter once hibernation start. I figure late November, early December is when I can really go into hibernation mode and begin enjoying my trips to the metaverse. I'm going to do a lot of traveling. Yep. And you guys tell me, what's a good spot to visit? Somewhere that you visited that you think I would like to see? Then I'll put it on my list and go there and tell you all about it once I do it. Okay. So I will talk to you guys later. And may God bless you all. You all have a wonderful rest of your week. Tomorrow's Friday. So I'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye. And have a good one. Hope everyone's doing well. Bye-bye.